Hi, everyone. Welcome to Curated by Becta's Meal Kit number 93 for March 23rd to 26th. Thanks so much for ordering this week, and thank you very much for letting us bring a little sunshine into your homes for dinner. We've got an amazing menu tonight, some of my favorite dishes, and incredibly easy to prepare. I want to keep the video short, so I've gone ahead and gotten started. I've taken our duck confit. It comes in a metal tin this week. Just take the top off, throw it in the oven at 400 degrees for 20 minutes. So I did that about 8 minutes ago, so we've got a bit of a head start. And then we can, start looking at the other things. So sweet potato puree for the main course, and I've got it on low, and I'm just gonna stir it up every once in a while. And then I've got the black bean garlic jus, and that's in a pot right here. And again, just warming up on low. We want to put some canola oil, 1 tablespoon per person, in 2 different pans, one for our mushrooms and one for our broccoli. And yeah, it's going to be pretty easy. So let me have a sip of wine and tell you about this beautiful rosé that Connor's got matched up for us tonight. We all need some visions of France, and this is a beautiful Rosé Montrose for Bernard and Olivier Coste. And this is in the south of France, in the Languedoc region, and gorgeous Grenache Rosé. I'm a big fan, and it's just going to be amazing with the appetizer. So we've also made the appetizer very easy. You don't even need to dirty a bowl. Use the container that the radicchio and endive salad came in. We're going to do your lemon vinaigrette, pour the whole thing in. Make sure to get all of the nice preserved lemon bits, and we're going to stir it up. Don't forget some salt and pepper. And give it a nice stir. What a difference things are out. First of all, light. It's 6:30 for me on Tuesday night when I'm recording this video, and it's still light out. And how gorgeous is that? And I just got back from a little spring break vacation, so I'm feeling all rested. I haven't done one of these meal kit videos in like a week and a half, so I'm like a little nervous, so excuse me if I fumble along. And restaurants are open to full capacity again, so it's so exciting to welcome people back into the restaurants. But we're going to talk about the appetizer right now. So once you give this a stir, then we're going to plate this gorgeous salad that Rich has really become known for. It's actually very similar to one that we have on the menu at Becta right now. So we're going to dollop the whipped feta in the middle of the plate and spread it out so that every bite gets some of that. All that really nice creaminess. And when you spread it out a lot, then you can see it from underneath the top in case you're putting photos on your social media for your friends to see, which we highly recommend. Please don't forget to tag at Curated by Becta. Okay, put that up. Looking good. I'm tasting good. So next up, we're going to place the arugula and endive on the top of the feta. And the colors are gorgeous. Kind of looks like Christmas time with the green and the reds. So this is actually a great salad that you can do around Christmas time for some festive colors as well. I hope you all got a chance to get away from March break. I mean, we are parents of a 16-year-old, and so still following on the school schedule a little bit. And but many of you don't have kids that are in school. And so maybe March break is actually not the time you go away because you avoid the crowds. I wouldn't blame you. We're going to sprinkle the almonds and then the chopped olives after that. You can sort of sprinkle it all around, but make sure you push it into the center of the plate. There we go. As presentation, very important. As my original chef, Steve Hardy, said. I still remember the video for Opening Soon, which launched launched Becta originally 19 years ago. It's a presentation, very, very important. People eat with their eyes first, and I agree. So make sure you clean up your edges. And we're going to do the chopped olives, give it a nice briny quality. There's so much complexity going on in this salad. I have to say, it is one of my all-time favorites. And then next up, we've got this lovely Serrano ham. And we're going to lay the pieces across the top. Let me have a little bite. There's a lot of ham in here. We don't want to cover up all of the beautiful colors down below. So I may double this up a little bit so that you can see all the different components. Look how easy that was and how delicious that is. So our arugula and radicchio salad with the whipped feta, the toasted almonds, and Kalamata olives, and beautiful Serrano ham, or beets if you are a vegetarian. Smoked beets. So main courses. Hey Google, how much time's left on the timer?
6 minutes and 24 seconds left.
So we are going to start sauteing our veg very soon, but we also have to glaze our duck in order to get that nice golden crust with the molasses on top. So I want to make sure that we time it well with our vegetables. So I might actually plate the dessert, and then we'll go full throttle on that. So tonight, we have a chocolate and peanut butter bar. Take it out, put it right there. And then we've got the vanilla crumble over top. So if there's little pieces, you can sort of break them up with your hands. Get all of the crumble in there because crumble is awfully tasty. And by the way, if you're thinking of an easy way to do dinner parties, now that things are opening up again and people are getting together in person again a little bit more, I would highly recommend a curated by Becta dinner. How easy would it be to do 6 or 8 of these in your home? You can break it up by courses, and it's just so much fun for all of your guests. So this is our chocolate peanut butter bar with the vanilla crumble and peanut butter mousse. Okay, on to the main course. So we want to get our pans preheated to medium. Always good to preheat your pans before you saute things. I'm going to get my sauce back on low. Give my sweet potato puree a little spin. I hope I got that right. Sweet potato puree versus carrot puree. Miso sweet potato puree. That's why the color is a little bit different than I am used to. And then this guy, we can turn up a little bit to medium, and that is going to be for my broccoli. While the pans are warming up, let me talk to you about the red wine pairing that we have tonight. Another gorgeous French wine. We have Domaine de Séminaire Côte d'Aron. Now, mostly Grenache, a little bit of Syrah from one of my favorite wine regions in France. It's got pepper and spice and rich blackberry fruit and a little bit of strawberry cherry going on. Anyway, it's unctuous and delicious with your duck. Okay, pans are ready, especially the one that I started preheating earlier. So the broccoli is going to go in there. Now, important that you keep the broccoli down, and this is tough for me because patience is a virtue and not one that I always have. So you want to get a little bit of brown on it. There we go. That's the number I want. And this guy coming along as well. So before you start mixing around your broccoli, especially, just leave it for 3 minutes or so. Again, something tough for me. Um, and then this pan will be for my mushrooms. Both of them are going to be about 5 minutes in total on the saute side. And then we're going to add some butter to them, salt and pepper, mix them up, and then put it on the plate. The duck confit is going to be done soon. And we've got this lovely molasses glaze. And so when you take it out of the oven, you're going to put it on broil. So I'm going to actually do that right now because we're almost there. And as soon as my timer comes off, pull it out, glaze it, and then I think it's 3 minutes on broil. Yep, 3 minutes afterwards. Then we're going to baste again, and then we're going to finish it 2 more minutes on broil. Okay, so now I've got a little bit of time to kill. So how about I plug some other stuff? Come to the restaurants. We love to see you in person. So, just make a reservation, come on down, and it's really great. The staff are still wearing masks for our own safety because we know a couple of restaurants already that have lost their entire staff to COVID. So they've had to close the restaurant. We don't want to do that, so that's why we're still wearing masks, and we want to protect you. But there are no masks, and there's no vaccine passports or certificates anymore. So it's wide open. It's kind of back to normal a little bit, and it's really great. So it feels wonderful to serve in the dining room. Okay, move this around a little bit, make sure it doesn't stick. We've got our shiitake mushrooms, and they're going in the pan. Hey Google, how much time is left on the timer? There we go. So I might rush this along just so that it doesn't take forever. I also put it on broil a little bit early. So molasses glaze, just really coated in there. Hey Google, turn the timer off. Hey Google, set a timer for 3 minutes. And that's going to be on nice broil for 3 minutes. And when the timer goes off, I am going to add my butter to the broccoli and to the mushrooms. So I always cut this up in advance. So 1 tablespoon per person for each. This is a real great trick for cooking at home. I actually did it myself last night when I cooked some nice rainbow trout for my family. Seared the rainbow trout, drain the oil, and then put some butter in, do some little basting, and away you go. You don't need all of the oil and butter, but the oil allows you to cook it easily, but the butter gives it that luxurious quality just at the end. Make sure to always use unsalted butter because that way you can choose how much seasoning that you like. Okay, mushrooms are looking good. I've had some people reach out to us and say, teach me how to flip vegetables like you do on the video. It's something that I practiced a lot when I was probably 16, 17 years old, and I was a cook at Pete and Marty's in Orleans. Maybe some of you are from Ottawa and been out in the East End for a while, and you know about Pete and Marty's at Place Orleans. So I would do like 400 omelets every Saturday and Sunday brunch, made to order omelets, and I just got really good at sort of sauteing things. Just push it forward and sort of pull it back on a bit of an angle, and then away we go. Okay, I think we're probably pretty close. So why don't I go ahead and put the butter in the pan. I'm going to turn down the heat a little bit because I'm going to stretch this out. While I finish off the duck, I'm going to do salt and pepper so I don't forget. And don't forget we've got this amazing dukkha spice, which is a Middle Eastern spice. It's got all kinds of seeds and nuts and grains and even some dried herbs in there. And that's going to give the duck this amazing nutty quality and real crispy, crunchy top. So that is key. Hey, Google, timer off. Oh man, this looks amazing. Duck is back in for the last 2 minutes on the second basting. I'm going to turn the oven off because the heat alone should do that nicely. Now, while that's happening, let's go ahead and get started on the plating. So, sweet potato puree first. So, just like the whipped feta, divide it evenly and then spread it around the bottom. And miso, if you're unfamiliar with it, is terrific. Fermented soybean, and it gives it such an umami flavor. If you're not familiar with umami, it is the fifth taste bud that we don't talk about a lot in North America, but they sure do in Asia. And it's that deliciousness that can be found most notably in bacon, dried beef, and miso. MSG was built around umami as an easy way to get the flavor. I think I need to spread this out a little bit, which is also funny because if you've watched these videos before, you know that as soon as I take the pictures, my wife comes along and divides our dishes into 3 instead of 2. Broccoli's looking good. All right, let's turn all this off and get some tongs so we can do the broccoli on one side of the plate. You can either pour the butter on top or not, your choice, but a little butter, nothing wrong with that. Our mushrooms next. I'm going to sort of put it on the other side. Try to be all artistic tonight. Shiitakes have tons of umami as well. And again, why not a little mushroom butter right on there. And be sure to give this guy a little stir because the sauce is going to come in very handy in just a second. Like, maybe make sure duck, then ducka, then on top of duck drizzle jus around the plate. Oh man. So the molasses also is a sticking agent for the ducka. It smells incredible. And good that you do it in this container. Another good reason why we send you home with the container, because that way you don't mess up your countertop. Just take my tongs. Beautiful. There we go. And finally, our black bean and garlic jus, which we go around the plate and make sure to sort of dip the duck in there as well when you tear it off the bone. It just pools so beautifully. Again, as my original chef Steve Barty said, presentation first. Or actually, he said flavor first. Presentation, very important. That was his line. Okay. Make sure you turn off all your burners. We've seasoned things. You don't need to season the duck, well, unless you really want to. But that is our beautiful ducka spiced duck confit with the molasses glaze, shiitake mushrooms, miso, and sweet potato puree, roasted broccoli, and black bean and garlic jus. I hope you love your meal this week. I'm very grateful for you ordering. We want to keep this curated thing rolling forever. So please keep ordering, tell your friends about it, and order us up for dinner parties. Make your lives real easy. Enjoy your dinner, and thanks again.